Hello, everybody. This is Orlando with Strong Soul Massage and Reiki and Strong Soul Warriors Facebook page. Tonight, I am going to talk about porcupine medicine. I asked the cards and the guides what animal wanted to speak to us today, and porcupine came up. So I made a previous video explaining a little bit about animal medicine. Animal medicine is learning how to apply certain animal traits to our life. So it's taking the power and the wisdom of certain animals and taking those traits and characteristics and applying it to our own life's journey. Um, so for quick examples, if you're a runner and you're training, you could call upon cheetah medicine to help you learn how to run faster. If you're a swimmer, shark medicine, etc. Also, if you need protection, you could call upon a big animal such as bear medicine, or it could be as simple as calling upon a turtle or a tortoise, being that they have protective shells. So what does porcupine have to say to us about porcupine medicine? Remind me of innocence once again, with every man a brother, and each woman a friend. So porcupine represents innocence. The south of the medicine wheel is the place of childlike innocence and humility. It is the home of playfulness and the position of porcupine on the medicine wheel of life. Porcupine has many special qualities and a very powerful medicine, the power of faith and trust. The power of faith contains within it the ability to move mountains. The power of trust in life involves trusting that the Great Spirit has a divine plan. Your task is to find the pathway that is most beneficial for you and that uses your greatest talents to further the plan. Trust can open doorways to the creation of space. The space thus created allows others to open their hearts to you and share their gifts of love, joy, and companionship. If you were to observe porcupine, you would immediately notice its quills. These quills are not only used when trust has been broken between porcupine and another creature. Much like otter, porcupine is a gentle, loving creature and non-aggressive. When fear is not present, it is possible to feed a porcupine by hand and never get stuck by its quills. Through understanding the basic nature of this animal, you may come to understand your own need for trust and faith, and for becoming like a child again. In today's society, this is a needed reminder to honor the wonder of life and the appreciation of each new day as an adventure of discovery. Porcupine sat silently, looking at a hollow log. She wondered if it was a playhouse that nature had created just for her. Porcupine envisioned all the things she could do with this log. She could climb on top of the log and make the log roll from side to side. She could go inside and see if there were any juicy worms for her dinner. She could also scratch her back on the rough outer bark if she wanted to. Just as Porcupine was wondering what to do next, she saw Bear approaching. Bear was big and black and looking for honey. Oh, another playmate to share my log, she thought. Hello, Bear, she cooed. Do you want to share and play my log with me? Gruff old Bear snorted. Porcupine, don't you know that I'm too old to play? You're in my way. I am looking for honey. Go away. Why, Bear, You are never too old to play, she replied. If you forget what it is like to be a cub, you'll always be as impatient and gruff as you are now. Bear began to think about what Porcupine had said. Maybe she was right. All the other creatures had run away from Bear in fright. Even the other bears had turned up their noses when he growled at them. This little porcupine was certainly trusting him not to eat her. She even offered to be his friend. The old bear looked at Porcupine and began to feel something move deep inside him. He started to remember the games he had played as a cub. Joy started to live in him again. Little Porcupine, you have reminded me that in becoming a strong and seeking answers, I got caught in trying to be an intellectual. I became afraid of what others would think if I dropped my mask of gruffness. I was afraid they wouldn't take me seriously anymore. You have taught me that in being a fuddy-duddy, I was causing others not to care for me. Thank you. I'd love to play with this old log. And so it was that Bear became childlike again and learned the innocence of Porcupine. In choosing the Porcupine card, you have given yourself a gentle reminder not to get caught in the chaos of an adult world where fear, greed, and suffering are commonplace. The medicine in this card, or Porcupine Medicine, is that of relief from seriousness and severity. Open your heart to those things that gave you joy as a child. Remember the preciousness of fantasy and imagination, and making of some game or toy from nothing but scraps. Honor the playfulness of spirit that lets everybody win. Porcupine Contrary. In pulling the Porcupine card in reverse, you are giving yourself a timely warning that you cannot win the game of life if you are too serious. In some area of your life, you may be feeling hurt or afraid of trusting again. It is possible that life has recently dealt you a hard blow. If this is so, it is time to begin again by placing faith in your ability to overcome the lesson with joy. Are you willing to trust yourself? If so, you might begin by writing down the feelings that come out of the situation. How can you, as your adult self, comfort you, the child within, and teach your inner child how to have faith and trust again? The ill-dignified porcupine is belly up. With its quill stuck in the ground, this is rather defenseless position. You may be forcing yourself to be vulnerable so that you can regain your hope. Perhaps you need to roll over to get your tummy patted. This position could therefore indicate that you are ready to accept a little love from others. In any case, if you are not willing to trust again, this card is forcing you to look at why or why not. So thank you for joining me on tonight's animal medicine card reading. I will do these more in the future. I enjoy doing that one. So Porcupine does resonate personally with me. When I have done my own card readings out of this deck, Porcupine has popped up for me in the past. And I want to say, I feel like I have the ability to come off as a blunt person sometimes. I have gruffness like a bear, and I tend to worry and stress a lot. So Porcupine often comes into my life to remind me to go back to that childlike state of mind, to try to feel that innocence again. We all do things we're not proud of at times, and we all go through hardships in life, but there's always a reason behind us. So deep inside us, we all have innocence and the ability to find our childlike characteristics and emotions, our excitement from childhood again. Um, on a side note of that, growing up in 7 Mile Plaza, I remember we used to have a broken down car outside on my property. And I used to live in the country, right in between both of my grandmothers. So I had space to walk kind of like in a field in between houses. And I would see this wonderful porcupine who would live on our property. And he or she was absolutely beautiful. It finally went away and probably found a hollow log to live in or play with. So keep an eye out for signs from animals. When we see them in nature, when they come across our path, they are trying to teach us something. Um, with that being said, you'll see me posting a lot more about animal medicine, animal spirit guides, etc. Today is World Animal Day, October 4th. So I have created a fundraiser event, free spirit animal oracle card readings for anyone who makes any size donation, $1 and higher, to any animal charity, and it could be the charity of their choice. I have a list of animal charities on the events discussion page on my Facebook page, Strong Soul Warriors, if you would like to research different options of animal charities. Also, if you have a favorite animal charity, feel free to donate to that one and let me know about it. And I could also promote that animal charity as well. And you could get your free reading. So what I'm doing is anyone who donates $10 or less, I will give a more brief 3-card spread reading on spirit animals, messages from your spirit animal guides. And to anyone who donates $10 or more, I will give a more in-depth, detailed reading using a different spirit animal deck. And it gets more into detail about animal medicine. So you have 2 options. If you donate $10 or more, you could pick from either deck. I plan on making a list of everyone who donates. Then next Sunday, October 11th, I'll do all their readings live on Facebook. And if anyone who donates feels uncomfortable with me giving them a live reading on Facebook, let me know and I will make a personal video to you to send to you via Facebook Messenger. I think that's about all I have to say tonight. I'm trying to keep it short. Tomorrow, I'm going to post a video on animal meditations or animal breathing exercises. So please join me for that if you're interested. I hope you all have a great night. Much love to you all. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned onto the Strong Soul Warriors Facebook page for more videos and events such as this. Good night, everybody.